In this video, I will be going through the Zoe gut health test results that I took a few weeks ago. I made a little video about it, and this is what the results look like. I had no idea really what to expect, and it was the first time I'd done one of these stool tests. Not the most fun thing I've ever done. I prefer the finger prick tests that I'm used to, but I was too curious not to check this out. So let's go through the results together. So Zoe makes a very complicated thing extremely easy to understand. They simply call it 50 good bugs and 50 bad bugs. Obviously, gut health is so much more complicated than this, but it's very easily sort of broken down. So 50 good bugs and 50 bad bugs. So the good bugs help with your health and bad ones hold it back. That is very, very simplified. It's not as easy as that. The bad ones doesn't have to be bad in the right environment, and vice versa. The good ones, if the environment is no good, equally they don't thrive. So, very simplified, but let's go with it. Okay, so first we're going to meet my good bugs. Lovely, they look very jolly. Right, I've got 32 out of 50 good bugs. That's pretty good. And they've all got names apparently. Megan, Eric, Jesse. So the amount of each good gut bug matters. You obviously want to grow the good bugs and you already have, and acquire new ones. Yep, we want to collect the good ones. That I get that. Here's my bad ones. Cool guys. Equally got funky little names. Una, Rick and Ali. And apparently I've only got 9 of these guys, so that's not bad. And again, we want to reduce the number of species of bad bugs and how many of each as well. So that's something I could work on. So Zoe uses a health score based on what they found in my gut, and my health score is 560 out of 1,000. And this is based on the gut microbiome, the bacteria that was found in the sample I sent. Obviously a tiny, tiny little sample. And I think that this is where I find it interesting how they can sort of base the whole gut's kind of health on just that tiny little sample. I find it extremely interesting and love to find things like this out. But yeah, I just want to see how this varies from obviously finding out who lives in the gut, or how the gut is functioning, which is the test I've done before. So just to compare the two really and find out more about what I can do to feel my absolute best. You then get a list of personalized gut boosters, specific foods that can help to boost my good bugs. So things like avocado, bean sprouts, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. I eat a lot of this anyway, so this is no surprise to me. This is all good stuff. And then some personalized gut suppressors, things that can feed your bad bugs. So things like breakfast cereal, boiled sweet salami, bacon, sausages, Mars bar, meatloaf. Yeah, I don't eat a lot of meatloaf. Biscuits. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Sugary things, processed foods, that's obviously going to feed your, bad bacteria, if you say. So they recommend retesting in 4 months. I'm not sure I will do this again. Obviously this was more like an experiment to see what this test was like. I think for the time kind of worrying about doing the actual stool test and having to do it compared to the results me personally that I got, I was expecting a bit more. I was expecting a little bit more detail maybe. I absolutely love Zoe as a company. I think what they do is absolutely amazing. Some stunning research, and that they are getting, putting gut health on the map. Amazing. I'm obviously currently a member on the app just to see how that could possibly help me. If you want to work on your gut health, I can recommend it. But yep, that was how the results look. I'm glad I did it. 9 out of 50 bad bugs. I think that's pretty good. I'm pleased with that. So if you found this video helpful, please like and maybe share with someone who is thinking about doing this test or who wants to work on their gut health a bit more. If you want to know more about the finger prick test, which is more the gut health function rather than looking at who is in your gut, then I've got a link in my description or in the bio, or just drop me a message and I can send you the details to that test as well. So they obviously look at completely different things in the gut, but both angles, they're very, very useful to see. I hope this was helpful, and see you in the next video.